Hey YouTube, it's Magician34, and I've got a Machina Gadget deck I threw together recently. This is before the new set comes out, so I am missing that rank 4 Ixies monster that comes from 2 machines. But run that guy when the time comes, obviously. It's a lot of fun. It's a good solid deck, good for taking locals. We start off with 3 Machina Gear Frame, not too surprisingly there. We use that to get into 3 Machina Fortress. And you can also use it to search for this guy, Machina Cannon. He came in the premium tin, and basically he's a slightly better level 8 Machina monster. He's better than Machina 4s. You're not intending to summon him really, although you kinda could. But the main point in searching him is you can use Gearframe to go get this guy once a fortress is in your grave, and this guy's just a 1-card pitch to bring back your fortress. That's really all he's there for. We run 2 green gadget, 2 red gadget, and 2 yellow gadget, and that's your gadget engine. Just kind of consistency and keeping those monsters up, of course. We're running 2 card trooper because he's a machine. He keeps you drawing cards. Just real solid. And we got 2 Spirit Reaper. A lot of meta decks don't really like Spirit Reaper for his defensive ability. And you can also, of course, shift into attack mode to bonk your opponent, which makes him a little bit better choice than Marshmallow in this deck. You could really run either, but I like Reaper's ability to force your opponent to discard. Just a little bit better, and he can't be mind controlled without him blowing up, so that's kind of an advantage. We have 1 copy of Gores because he's a great beatdown in a deck that likes to be aggressive. You can keep your back row clear fairly easily. We're also running 1 copy of Effect Veiler. It's your only tuner, but we're not really looking to synchro here. But it's also a good way to control your opponent's stuff, obviously. But just the one. We've got 1 copy of Book of Moon. 2 copies of Forbidden Lands, because this is a great way to shrink things down and make your gadgets and machinas win battles. Good damage step trick. We have Limiter Removal. Pretty obvious there. Makes all your stuff go crazy. And 1 copy of a card that I've always been kind of excited about, and I wanted to test it, and it did not disappoint. Basically, I was almost always kind of killing him anyway by the time I got this, but this is all about as powerful as Limiter Removal, though you don't always realize it at first. It's a card called Combination Attack, and basically when you attack with one of your guys with Union, you attack, then you play Combination Attack, it unequips the Union monster and special summons it, and then the thing that just attacked gets to attack again. So basically the idea here is pretty simple. You attack with Fortress while it's equipped with Gear Frame, and that's real easy to set up. It's basically you have a Fortress in your grave, summon Gear Frame, get the cannon, pitch cannon, get Fortress on the field, equip Gear Frame. Attack for 25 with the Fortress, then you combination attack because it's a quick play, and your Fortress gets to attack again for 25, and you get your 1800 point Gear Frame attacking. It's a lot of damage all at once, 6800. So pretty effective. A lot of fun, and nobody's gonna see it coming. We got 1 copy of Monster Reborn, of course, kind of a no-brainer. Dark Hole, Heavy Storm. We got 3 copies of Pot of Duality because our special summons are really limited, and this hikes our consistency yet again, which is kind of the idea of the deck. 1 copy of Pot of Avarice because we load in lots of stuff, just try to leave the Fortress in there. Great way to recycle those cannons and gear frames, though. We have 2 copies of Solemn Warning, great control card. 2 copies of Torrential Tribute. 2 copies of Bottomless Trap Hole. And 2 copies of Compulsory Evacuation Device. I like the chainability of this over Dimension Prison, which these days oftentimes just kind of doesn't factor in. It's just too darn slow. And another good fun fact about this deck is that it's largely very inexpensive, and it's not overly complex to pull off most of the plays. The only hard parts I've already pretty much explained to you. The extra deck is mostly for Ixies monsters, so we're going to go through them first. We have Maestroke, Utopia, Gemnite Pearl, Wind Up Zenmeister. This guy can be fun with Limiter, basically. You can make rank 3s, so we do run Zenmains and Levier the Sea Dragon. Everything else is synchros on the off chance we make them via Monster Reborn or your Effect Veiler. So we've got Mistworm, Stardust Dragon, Scrap Dragon, Colossal Fighter, Black Rose Dragon, Bryanak, Ally of Justice Cataster, Scarred Warrior, and Magical Android. And as far as the budget version of this is concerned, most of the extra deck is really not necessary at all, so you can just run in whatever you've got. Because I realize some of these cards are a little bit on the pricey end for some of you, so don't sweat it if you don't have it. You can get the cheap versions of cards like Stardust, and I mean basically just have a target for every level of sinking and whatnot. But the synchros are not even as important in this deck really as the Ixies. This guy's about to be a promo as of the time I made this video. Don't really need Leviair. He can just help you out if your opponent removes something that you'd like to steal, like maybe a Thunder King or something. This guy's really easy to get. Pearl's really easy to get. Utopia's easy to get. Maestroke comes in a deck. The rank 4s are really the only things you really need, quote unquote. And it helps to have a rank 3 target even if it's like Leviathan Dragon. Just something that you can put to use and maybe get a little aggression out of it. Give yourself some options while you're playing. Keep your options open with cards like Reborn, basically. So, anyway, that's the deck. And until next time, like, comment, subscribe, and check out my channel for more cool gaming content.